Plenty of actions coming your way today and tomorrow. Perhaps some have already started talking about the international window of the World Football Governing Body. Of course, the Confederation of African Football CAF is part of it, and our own NFF is also part of it. The Super Eagles have a task at hand, and both the ladies and men will be doing something. We'll be taking on Ghana for an international friendly. But for the All-Africa Games, it will be Nigeria and Ghana again. So we'll be bringing to you all the stories. There will be plenty on today's edition of the program. We'll be taking you to Nasarawa State, where the governor has taken another bold step to show that he wants to see Nasarawa back on the Nigeria Professional Football League. The media up manager will be joining us. But before we go, my colleague is in the studio. He says he has some of the peep story you need to know, Samuel.
Great sport fans. It's a beautiful day in the city capital, and like my senior colleague said, we have a whole lot of bounds going on between Nigeria and Ghana in the African All Games, and also the friendlies that will be coming up in Morocco just a few hours from now. That would be tomorrow. So it's amazing it's going on so far in the world of football worldwide, and the Falconets are actually doing so well when they were able to scale through to the finals in the All-African Games in the female category. But there was nothing so much to write about the male side, because they weren't able to, supersede the group stage, which was really, really poor.
I told her what a man can do, the woman
can do better.
The ladies are making us proud.
Yes, the ladies are making us proud, not just in the aspect of football, the athletes generally, they are making us proud. And again, it's actually going to be the final bout for who has the better jollof rice, later today in the final between the Falconets and the Ghanaian Black Stars. So we have so much coming on, and hopefully we'll just dive in deep and then just kick it off from now. On Friday, the Super Eagles will be facing Ghana in the friendlies, and the same spirit is high. We have Samuel Sage, who is in camp already, and every other person who is supposed to be in camp. Stanley Nwabali, Alex Iwobi, Lukman, all of them are around, and then they are promising us that it's going to be exciting. Finidi George is on high spirit and saying yes, that the Super Eagles are actually going to prove a point. Not just the Super Eagles proving a point. He also, Finidi George, will also try to prove a point that yes, I deserve this job to be the head coach of the Super Eagles. The NFF are keeping a very close eye on him, because they wouldn't want to make any kind of mistake, because the World Cup qualifiers is around the corner. So definitely we'll soon be having our guest, who is the media person from Nasarawa, who will be joining us shortly. And my senior colleague has, most of the stories.
Let's take a break and take you straight to the solid mineral. When we come back, hopefully, the media manager of Nasarawa State Club will be joining us on the line. It appears we have him already. Mr. Amos, good morning, and glad to have you on Global TV. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back fully, we'll be having him right on the program. This is Talk Sport coming away from Global TV right here in Nigeria's capital city. Please don't go away. Glad to have you back on Global TV right here in Nigeria's capital city. My name is Clinton Agbayuk, and of course I have with me in the studio
Samuel Odi.
Let's go straight to Nasarawa. We are told that the sport-loving governor did something great for the team. He is hoping that the solid mineral football team will be back on the Nigeria Professional Football League. Our man who is there is the manager of the media of the Nasarawa football team. He's on the line all the way from Lafia, the capital city. perhaps at the Lafia Township Stadium. Mr. Amos, good morning, and exactly where are you this morning?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Could you speak? Okay,
Yes,
thank you very much. How are you?
I'm in Lafia. I'm very fine. I'm in Lafia currently.
Oh, you're in Lafia.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, some pictures yesterday shows that the governor did something with the team. Tell us a little bit about that ceremony.
Well, it's part and parcel of what the governor represents in the states. Engineer Abdullah Esole, apart from being a sport-loving governor, puts that into a special practice by ensuring that those who matter, who continue to bring glory and laurels to the state, are rewarded in accordance. Yesterday, just like you rightly said, he presented two 32 coastal buses to both the male and female football teams of the states, Nasarawa United and Nasarawa Amazons. Incidentally, it also coupled with the presentation of some official vehicles to some individuals and organizations in the states as well. It was a very lively ceremony attended by a large number of individuals from all walks of life. Why the governor had to do that was to ensure that he encourages both teams for Nasarawa United qualify into the Elite League, which is the Nigerian Premier League, and secondly, to encourage Nasarawa Amazons, who are in the Nigerian Women's Premier League, to also win the league. They have won it twice before, and this is certainly going to be a big morale booster for the team because it will enable them to arrive at their destinations very safely. When they switch away from there, to takes us to the fact that mobility is a very key component of any participating team in any league in the world. So when you arrive your destination safely, you're comfortable with your mobility apparatus or equipment or devices or whatsoever, it makes it much easier for you to react and respond to situations whenever they come. So Nasarawa United are on the verge of returning to the Elite League, and this certainly is going to be a big morale booster. We have some buses already been donated by the governor before, but with the latest inclusion, certainly is going to make it much easier because it's one of the latest of the kind. The switching allegiance to Nasarawa Amazons, you know how difficult the terrains of our roads are in Nigeria. Sometimes you have to travel many kilometers, 400 kilometers to get to your next match venue. With this presentation, certainly everybody is in high spirits. Mobility will be much easier for us, and it will also give us a sense of belonging in terms of the physical flexibility to adapt to the nature of the environment.
Amos, I know you must have entered the coaster. Tell us exactly how cozy the coaster is, because if it's chilling at all times, then the players are expected to give their best. But if it is a bus that will break down between Lafia and Nasarawa, then that could be a challenge. You were at that bus. Tell us how comfortable this bus look like.
Well, we have two pilots in Nasarawa State. One is the executive governor. He's called the American boy. Then the second is the deputy governor, Dr. Emmanuel Agbada Akabe. He's called the London boy. So if you put these two countries together, these countries control over 40% of the world's greatest settings. I want to let you know. And these individuals, what do? They ensure only the best is available for their people. These people love Nasarawa United, love sports. In our last game in Abuja against NAF FC, where we defeated them 1-0, the deputy governor paid an unscheduled visit to the team's playing ground. And that is to tell you how he values sports and how he supports Nasarawa United as well. Times without number, His Excellency has been part and parcel of Nasarawa United games physically on ground. If he's not physically on ground, he follows everything we do on the social media platform of the club, and he gets updates about what happens. So whatsoever they are providing for the teams, whether Nasarawa United, Nasarawa Amazon, or any sporting association, it's always first class. So I have been into the bus, just like you said. I was in the vehicle yesterday. The cozy nature of it at this period in time, especially in our environment where the weather is hot, it's very harsh, you need the AC to cool your temper and your burning skin, the scorching sun and other things. So the cars, the buses are in superlative form, and the conditions are excellent. If you are in, you wouldn't want to come down. But while you are enjoying inside, you should also know that there's an assignment outside. You still need to sweat. So after sweating, you get back into the bus to receive the AC again.
My colleague is in the studio. He says he has a question for you. And just go ahead, Mr. Sam.
Yes, Mr. Amos, please, I just want to know what spirits are in the players on now, given the fact that the governor has showed this tremendous support with, donating 2 buses for the male and for the female side. What spirit are the players in now?
Anybody who is in this particular team today, if he's not happy, then he's near to the devil. Because good development should inspire encouragement and high performance. They say to whom much is given, much is expected. It's a cry made by the club management to the governor that they needed vehicles to ease their movement, because the ones we have are bigger vehicles and there are terrains we cannot maneuver through using those bigger vehicles. So the provision of the coastal bus or buses now will make it much easier to arrive at our destinations, because a journey of maybe 10 hours, but because of the vehicle you are using, there are areas you cannot penetrate, especially if you are maybe acquainted with the southwestern part of this country or the southeastern part, where they use barriers to block certain roads for bigger vehicles not to apply. But with this now, no matter how narrow the road is, no matter the barrier, these vehicles can pass. So it reduces our journey time, and it gives us so much comfortability and the energy to arrive at our environment much quickly, and at the same time to prosecute our games without so much stress. Everybody in the camp of both Nasarawa United and Nasarawa Amazon is happy. If the person is not happy, then I want to ask, which other thing will make you happy when comfort has been taken care of? Which other thing? Because whatsoever we're working for in life is to have comfort. And comfort is what the governor has ensured is being provided to the teams. And we appreciate the governor for what he has done. The people of Nasarawa State are so happy. The news has gone viral. You too, even though you have not been part of Nasarawa United, by honorary membership, you are already with Nasarawa United, because you saw the story, you were happy, and you know what this means. Even in your organization, if you have a brand new equipment, or if you have a brand new vehicle to ease your movement, wouldn't you be happy? You should be happy and be proud of yourself. So we are also proud of what the governor has done, Mr. Dave.
If I'm close, looking at Engineer Abdullahi A. Sule, the executive governor of Nasarawa State, his mind is that this buses should convey the Nasarawa team to the Premier League. Where are you right now in terms of bouncing back to the Nigeria #1 sporting football competition? Tell us, because the governor would truly want to know.
Okay, right now we are in Group C of the NNL 2023-2024 season standing. We are in the standing, we have 20 points. We have 6 matches to go, 3 at home, 3 away. Amongst the those 6 matches, 3 at home. The next opponent we'll be having on Saturday this weekend is against Wiki Tourists. They are equally contenders to go to the Super 8. We also have Academy Warriors to battle with. Then we have EFCC. All these matches will happen at the Lafayette City Stadium. Then the switch away from there will take us to the game in Zamfara, the game in Yobe, then the game at Mighty Jets. So this will end the group competitions for Nasarawa United. So we are third on the log with 20 points. Academy Warriors have 24 points. Wiki Tourists have 23 points. So if you check the balances, you discover that just 4 and 3 points are making the difference. And these people are actually the teams that are standing neck to neck with Nasarawa United. What the most fortunate thing about this is that they are coming to Nasarawa State to play Nasarawa United at home. So we are very sure of getting 6 points off them. We're very sure of getting another 3 points off EFCC. That is 9 points put together. And we're equally very sure that stepping out of Nasarawa State, going to Mighty Jets, going to Zamfara United, going to Yobe Disasters, we are equally going to get at least 6 points out of these remaining 3 games. And if this are achieved, the mandate of His Excellency will, to a large extent, be achieved. Then the major part of the attainment of that goal or template set by His Excellency is the Super 8. Qualification for the Super 8 is the first instance, because once you qualify, then now you begin to reach the sigh of relief. You begin to hit the sigh of relief that, okay, I now have an avenue to qualify, because in the Super 8, you have 2 teams to qualify from the Southern Conference and 2 teams from the Northern Conference. We belong to the Northern Conference. And out of these 8 teams that will qualify, to the Super 8. I think Nasarawa United should be amongst the 4 that will qualify to the Premier League by the special grace of God. The governor is willing to spend anything humanly possible, to invest anything humanly possible to ensure that Nasarawa United returns to the league. It's a team that is so much loves. It's a team so much cherishes. So he wouldn't want any team to downplay their qualification chances anymore.
The manager of Nasarawa talking about the media manager himself, Mr. Amos, giving us updates on the development and progress of Nasarawa United with the wonderful performance of the governor there, motivating the team. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will be asking Mr. Amos to tell us what are the ladies doing, talking about the Amal Zone. Of course, the girls of Nasarawa. Let's take a break. When we come back, there will be more on the program. Talk Sport right here on Global TV, Nigerian's capital city. Please don't go away. Glad to have you back on the program, Talk Sport right here on Global TV, Nigerian's capital city. We took a workout to Nasarawa United. Having heard how far the boys are doing to bounce back in the Nigeria Professional Football League with those wonderful performances from His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State. Mr. Amos, please don't go away. Tell us what the ladies are doing. The Amazon, these are girls that have represented the country in so many capacity. But tell us, what's happening with the girls of the beautiful queens of Nasarawa?
Well, whenever the name Nasarawa Amazons is mentioned, the governor is the #1 person to respond positively in affirmation to what they have been doing. If you could still remember, recently he hosted about 6 of the team's players who were invited to the National Under-20 camp for the African Games. Currently, they are all there, and they have been doing very well. Nasarawa Amazons are well cherished, not just by the governor of Nasarawa State, but by the good people of Nasarawa State and those who have been following the sports. The coach of the side is also the coach of the Nigerians Falconets at the All-African Games, talking about Christopher Danjuma. He's been exceptional. He has led the team to the finals of the All-African Games football category for women. Our men's team already have been ousted, talking about the Under-20, the Flying Eagles, led by Coach Ladan Bosu. But that is just outside of the box. Coming back to Nasarawa Amazons, they've been exceptional. Just yesterday, they were dislodged. It was a Navi victory for Heartland Queens, 1-0 in favor of the host at the Dan Anyan Stadium in Owerri. They lost again 1-0. And a switch away from there, that result affected their position at the top of the ladder in Group A. Now they are currently second with 17 points. And I think they have about 10 goals, plus 10 goals. Whereas Heartland are now top of the table with 18 points, and they have, I think, plus 7 goals advantage. But the next action for Nasarawa Amazons will be at home. The next action for Heartland is away. And Nasarawa Amazons will be hoping to win their games and hoping that Heartland will also lose. They also have the Super 4 or the Super 6 for the Nigerian Women's League, because it's an abridged league, Group A and Group B. So they have the Super 6, where at the end of the day, eventual winners will emerge. They have been so consistent under the leadership of the chairperson, who is also the vice chairman of the Nigerian Women's League, talking about Ajah Hussein Suleiman Nagogo, who is ensuring that everything is done accordingly to get the desired result. The governor is so pleased with their performance. And then it's a team that is so poised and determined to get results anytime and anywhere. So we are hoping that things will continue to flourish in their favor to participate in the Super Six and eventually win the trophy, because the governor and the people of Nasarawa State are patiently waiting to see that come to fruition. Maybe Nasarawa Amazons winning the league and Nasarawa United qualifying for the Premier League. These two will be the most beautiful news for the people of Nasarawa State.
Let me say a very big thank you to Nasarawa State, because I'm told that it is the home for Lobby Stars. And the team from Benue State is on top of the Nigeria Professional League. What is the secret at the Lafia Township Stadium that is favoring your neighbor Benue State, who are, that is their home away from home, and they are doing very well? Tell us a bit about the Lafia Township Stadium.
Well, football to a large extent is a game of luck, but you have to work your way into that particular section. Lafia, the meaning of Lafia means peace. Peace. And for you to get peace, there must be what? There must be a provision of that environment. The people of Nasarawa State are peace-loving. And whoever pursues peace certainly will not lack anything in life. So we are a peace-loving people. And because of that, nature itself, favors us, appreciates what we are doing. So whatsoever attaches itself to us becomes blessed just the way we are blessed. Biblically, it is said, the Abrahamic blessing, it said, I will bless those who bless you, and you shall be a blessing to those who bless you, after the nations of the world. But whoever curses you shall be cursed. So that is more in the book of Genesis chapter 12, beginning from verses 2 to 3. So what that simply translates to is, because we are a blessed people, whoever attaches himself or herself to us also becomes blessed. And we are hoping that, we are so happy for Lobby Stars, because they're getting to where they are. They are where they are today, courtesy of the blessings that accompany the people of Nasarawa State, that comes with the blessings that favor everybody in Nasarawa State. So whoever attaches himself to us also receives the blessing. And we are so sport fanatical. We are so sport loving. Apart from the governor, everybody is happy. The governor, His Excellency Engineer Abdullahi Sule, has identified repeatedly with the people of Benue State, especially Lobby Stars. He is a very good ally of the governor of Benue State, Reverend Hyacinth Ayomen Alia. And then they have worked together to ensure that this particular grant favors Lobby Stars in whichever condition. They have the highest number of fan base here. They are well supported. Every organization, every individual, even the Ministry of Youth and Sport, Nasarawa United, Nasarawa Amazons, collapse all their activities to support Lobby Stars. You cannot be in such a hospitable environment and still be losing, because the moral booster is already there for you. Yours is to go to the pitch and play your beautiful football. We are all there. I remember His Excellency in one of those meetings with them, he said, Amos, the support you give to Nasarawa United, Nasarawa Amazons, and our sport, give the same to Lobby Stars. I run most of their match commentaries. I do some of the announcements in the stadium. I do most of their news stories. And then I don't ask them for a dime. I don't ask them for a dime. It's a service I am rendering to tell the people around the world that what we represent in Nasarawa State, we are peace-loving. And when you identify with us, you also get the benefits of life. So that is why they are finding here home. I want them to win the league, qualify for the CAF Champions League. If possible, play their CAF Champions League games here at the Lafia City Stadium, because the place that favors you is where will make you also progress.
So let's come back and look at national issue. You were not a happy man when Ghana denied Nigeria the ticket for Qatar FIFA World Cup. Will you say tomorrow's game is a revenge? Super Eagles taking on the Black Stars of Ghana?
I wish I could forget about the incident that made it difficult for Nigeria to qualify for the Qatar World Cup, because it was the first time the Arab world will be hosting the World Cup. Such a magnificent global mundial. I was at the stadium when Ghana played Nigeria at the Abuja National Stadium, and I had never in my life seen a filled stadium like I saw in the game between Nigeria and Ghana. And it was again a lot of Nigerians felt the hopes and aspirations and expectations of the entire country rested on the shoulders of 11 players to make things happen. We are so fanatical when it comes to supporting football in this country. And whatever affects football is like it affects every aspect of this country's economy, the people, the demography, and others. So what happened that time, I don't want to recount. But that is the past. Let's focus on the future. The future is our game against Ghana. This is women's football. In women's football, Nigeria is always dominant. It's always dominant. If you go to head-to-head records between Nigeria Super Eagles and the Black Stars of Ghana, the Ghanaians are ahead of us, even though we'll have another friendly match against them any moment from now. But in women's football, from the performances of our ladies at the African Games, Ghana is hosting the African Games. But I want to tell you that from all indications in other sporting activities, not even just football, Nigeria has been ahead of Ghana in this 13th All-African Games. And I don't see any difference playing against them in the finals of the women's football competition. Nigeria is going to win it. Coach Danjuma Christopher has done it before. And he still has the same instinct in him, burning in that fire, burning in him. He understands the terrain very well. He's going to do it again to give Nigeria the trophy. It's between the jollof rice of Nigeria and the jollof rice of Ghana. We are always number one when it comes to jollof rice. Nobody can deny that. Senegal does very well in terms of cooking better jollof rice than Ghana. So these people are not in the final. So we are in the final. Let's teach them what it feels like cooking the best jollof rice on the continent of Africa, especially in West African sub-region.
Mr. Amos, we want to say a very big thank you, but if you are eating the rice, make sure you do not have stones, because sometimes when there are stones, the rice could not be as jollof as you want. But we wish our girls the best for today against host Black Ghana girls, and then tomorrow we hope that we can pull a win from Ghana to say we were better than them that couldn't make it in the finals of the just concluded African Cup of Nations. Mr. Amos is the media officer of Nasarawa State national team. We want to say a very big thank you to you and to the good people of Nasarawa for the development of football in that state. Thank you very much, Mr. Amos.
I truly appreciate you, Mr.
Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, the PRO of the Nigeria Olympic Committee will be joining us to give us update on Team Nigeria at the ongoing 13th edition of the All-Africa Games. And of course, the medals are still coming for Nigeria, but the gap between Nigeria and Egypt is still very wide. Let's take a break. When we come back, there will be more. Samuel is still with us in the studio. Do not go away. This is Talk Sport right here on Global TV, coming away from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. to have you back on the program this beautiful day right here in Nigeria's capital city. My name is Agbo Clinton Ayuga, and of course my colleague Samuel has some of the stories saying the Super Eagles are in good shape with the appointment of a new standing coach, talking about the one we call Finidi George. Samuel.
Yes, the Super Eagles are in high spirits, going on training properly. Training has commenced already in Morocco, given the fact that the whole players are in camp already. Finidi George is in high spirits, saying the Super Eagles will go and prove a point, despite the sad loss in the AFCON final, but they are rebuilding. And basically, sadly, we have Victor Osimhen, who will be absent because of injuries. Williams Ekong, who will be also absent due to injuries. Mohamed Musa will also be absent due to injuries. But notwithstanding, we have no challenge because Finidi George has been able to get a few replacements who would be able to fit in those roles properly. And he is saying there's no challenge in camp, and the Super Eagles are ready. They're in high spirit. He is in high spirit. The team, everybody is good, and the whole players that are expected to be in camp are in camp, and they are ready. They can't wait on to take on the Black Stars on Friday by 5 p.m. Nigerian time.
The game, which is expected to take place in Morocco, will be the first game between the two countries, and of course, it is preparation for the FIFA World Cup. Nigeria is ahead of the game to ensure that they qualify for the group that has Rwanda, South Africa, Bafana, and of course Zimbabwe. The Black Stars of Ghana are also hoping that the friendly will brighten their chances, having been eliminated at the premature that they just concluded African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. It is a team doing. Both teams are going into the competition without their permanent or their strong coach. Talking about the team, Finidi has 2 games in his hands, and if he gets 100%, you think, is that enough for the NFF to pencil him down as the successor of the man we call Peseiro?
There's a high chance. There's a high chance because definitely he knows, Finidi George knows what's at stake, and it's just amazing because he has an advantage over the Ghanaian coach, Ado, who just came back from Dortmund. So now they've not, faced each other. So although they don't know what to expect from Finidi George has probably set out rules and maybe strategies that he wants to use to face the Black Stars of Ghana. If Finidi George can be able to pull this off, there's a high chance they might just get him an assistant. If he gets to pull this off, there's a high chance the NFF will just say, okay, since you've been around the Super Eagles for a while as an assistant coach, okay, get the promotion, given the fact that you performed at this level, and then hopefully, we'll be able to excel more and then do better when we get to the qualifiers of the World Cup.
So 2 friendlies is enough for NFF to confirm him as a coach of a team that came second from the African Cup of Nations.
It might be enough for them. We are not saying the NFF has the final say, though. Though I know they gave him this opportunity to be the interim coach because he has been around the Super Eagles for a while as an assistant coach. So,
and of course, you also know that the World Football Governing Body and CAF will slap Nigeria if they go into the game without a coach. Of course, so they can't play such a game without a coach. There will be plenty of friendlies across the globe. Let's tell you some of the matches. Guinea will be up against Vanuatu, while Portugal will be up against Sweden. You want to see the one we called the CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo himself?
Yes, big name. That's a very big name.
And of course, Algeria will be up against Italy. Wonderful friendly
very wonderful
game there.
Friendly.
South Africa will be in a game, and of course, let's tell you that Guatemala will take on the United States of America. That's another great game you want to follow and find out. Central African Republic will take on Bolton, while Madagascar will be up to Burundi. This is an African affair. Cambodia will battle Equatorial Guinea away, while Botswana will take on Rwanda. Rwanda is in the same group with Nigeria qualifier for the FIFA World Cup.
Yes.
This is a game that we must look at.
Pay attention to.
Yes, because it's very, very important for the Super Eagles if we must bounce back in the road to
World Cup.
The World Cup, talking about we are 26. I like that slogan, which is America, Canada, Mexico, we are 26.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we are not occupying the #1 place. because we played 2 draws in 2 matches. That's not too good, home and away. So we are here to play Rwanda.
Yes, we are here to play with Rwanda, and I know that the Super Eagles will be paying very close attention to the Rwandan game to find, areas which they can capitalize on. You get? So that is something I'm actually excited for, to see that, okay, definitely Nigeria will calm down, Finidi George will calm down and then watch properly, because we are not taking any chances, because it wasn't something so nice to see that the Super Eagles of Nigeria, didn't qualify for the past World Cup.
So the fans in Morocco will be coming up to see the 4 times African champions, the Black Stars of Ghana, and 3 times African champions, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Burkina Faso will be up against Libya, and that game will be coming up today, while Tanzania travel to meet Bulgaria. It's a game that you truly want to know, while North Macedonia will be up against Moldova. There are some matches you want to play. New Guinea will be up against Sri Lanka. And I doubt if it will be all football, because Sri Lanka are not known in football, but they're a team you want to look at. Nigeria game, we told you, will take place at Marrakech Stadium in Morocco. It's a game you truly want to be part of it. And a win for the Super Eagles, my friend says, will brighten the chances of Finidi taking Nigeria to the World Cup. Let's tell you that Comoros will be up against Uganda, and Senegal will take on Gabon. Another great moment. The Senegalese came into the African Cup of Nations as defending champions. And they were eliminated in the group stage. And since then, not at the group stage, at the knockout stages. And since then, it looks like the Teranga Lions may have missed something. Can they get their acts back? And let's see where they will be in the World Cup. Turkey against Hungary. And let's see if we have our man who will be joining us from Ghana to tell us about the All-Africa Games. I'm talking about the Public Relations Officer of the Nigeria Olympic Committee. Plenty of matches. At the stadium in Cairo International Stadium, it will be Egypt against Spain. Egypt taking on Spain. That's a good match.
That's a very good match.
And of course, Colombia will be another game. There will be a game at the London Stadium, and it will be England against Algeria. England against Algeria. After the game against Ghana, Nigeria will take on Eagles, talking about the Eagles of Mali.
Yes. I like the fact that, the African clubs, countries now, they are actually going to play the Western world for friendlies to be able to understand their style of play. Because in the past World Cups, we just, focus and play within ourselves locally in Africa. So I like the fact that they are adopting a new style and going out to, play these guys. So we Nigerians now, that when we'll be getting ready to play Mali in our second friendly match, I'm sure, we'll see a very good result, because Mali is also a very good team. So Nigeria are actually testing themselves in these friendlies with actually top clubs, top teams. So this is like a very good start for the Super Eagles, because if we continue like this with testing ourselves with difficult teams like this, it will shape us more and then get us more ready for the World Cup qualifiers.
The Nelson Mandela Stade, Dubaraki in Algeria, will be the venue between host Algeria against Bolivia. This is a country that's made so much name, while Niger will be up against the Hawks of Togo. That game will be played in Niger. Mauritania will be taking on Mali, and Mali next game will be against Nigeria's Super Eagles. Morocco will put aside their sad performance at the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast to take on Angola. Angola having history that Super Eagles denied them their first miracle to reach into the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. They will never forget in a hurry, because Super Eagles made no mistake to send them packing. But they'll be up against Morocco, talking about the Atlas Lions of Morocco. There will be plenty of matches. Argentina is in action against Salvador. You want to see Lionel Messi honoring this game at home?
He might. Lionel Messi is very loyal to his country, so I don't see him not going back to play. I don't think he will definitely go back. He's so, homely, and then he's loyal to his countryside, so I'm sure he would, honor and then go to play.
Let's hope he will be there, because the United States of America will be taking on Peru, while, of course, that game will be decided as the Estadio La Jodro. Of course, let's see another great game. Zimbabwe against Zambia. A game that Nigerians will be sending some spies to look because Zimbabwe will be taking on Chipolopolo. I love that name.
Chipolopolo.
Yes, of Zambia.
Sounds like a rap.
And they'll be taking on a team that Nigeria will want to beat when they come home here for the Africa World Cup qualifiers.
True. So it's actually good because, like you said, they should send spies. We really need to send spies everywhere we need to send them to, so that we can be able to know how, and then the weak points, the areas where we can, you know, capitalize from and then win, because we really, really need to prove a point and then advance further in this World Cup that is coming up, because we haven't been there for the past season, and now we need to go to the top and, like, yes, the Super Eagles are back and we're back to, like, take over.
Today is a great day across the weekend. Will be a great day for football, made possible by the World Football Governing Body, talking about FIFA window friendly. Malawi will be up against Kenya, and that game will be decided 4 p.m. local time in the stadium called Bingo National Stadium in Malawi. Ivory Coast, who are the current African champions, are likely to be at home to take on Benin Republic. Hopefully, they will be going into that match with a coach that will come to stay, because the Ivorians sent their coach packing after they were humiliated in front of home fans by 4-0 by a team called Equatorial Guinea. That didn't go down well with even the special one called Didi Droba. They thought everyone was sad.
It was really saddening for them, but, you know, let's look at the flip side. They were able to find someone who was able to deliver them from that shame. I couldn't imagine hosting and then living in the group stage with, you know, a defeat like that. So we are looking at the flip side, and Drogba was, you know, Drogba was like, he felt
wasn't a happy man.
No, he wasn't happy when they lost, but when they won the final, he was happy like his wife just gave birth. He was all over the place, jubilated and celebrated. So
okay,
yes.
Let's go. There's so much in football. Let's tell you that the World Governing Body, FIFA, has conducted the draws for the 2024 Olympic Games without Nigeria. I'm talking about male. Nigeria won the Olympic in, of course, Atlanta 96, and we thought they will do something, but they will not be participating, and FIFA has not waited for them. For the third consecutive time, Nigeria under 23 team will not take part in the Asian game after losing out to the Junior Silly National of Guinea in the qualifier, and so the draws was done without Nigeria. This looks like hopefully let the girls qualify.
Hopefully let the girls qualify. Hopefully, you know, we're just hoping they qualify. FIFA are not even joking around this period. They don't wait for nobody. If you're not qualifying, they just go ahead and make the draw. So hopefully the female counterparts will qualify, and they're actually looking good. They're in good shape, and then we just hope they qualify. And, you know, at least let's have our ladies out there and then make us proud.
Talking about make us proud, let's tell you that Nigeria is now third consecutive time Nigeria under 20 team will take part in the Asian game after losing out to the Junior Silly National of Guinea in the qualifiers. Nigeria wrestlers swept 5 goals in Day 2 of the African Champions. The Day 2 of the African Senior Wrestling Champions currently taking place in Egypt got on a better note for Nigerian wrestlers to add to the gold medal swept in Day 1. Recalling the one of the tournament, Nigeria female wrestlers clinched 4 gold medals, the like of Blessing Oborududu and, of course, Odunya Adekoya led the gold medals table for Nigeria. The African Games team champion Mercy Genesis started the day 2 of the champions for Team Nigeria with a dominant display over Nsa Asokwo of Cameroon in the 50 kg to retain her African Champions title. Ajasa Idris, 54 kg, continue on the winning pathway by defeating Ayo Eddie Gomwa Suleiman, Egypt, to secure a gold medal for Team Nigeria. We say congratulations for Team Nigeria. We're doing very, very well. And it looks like we've said it here, the government and the athletes and the administrator seems to have found a better partnership.
Yes, like they said, if the left hand wash the right wash the left. So everybody is happy now because the NFF, the body, everybody in charge, all hands are on deck to say that, okay, yes, we've provided you the support you need, you should go and deliver. Just last night, Toby Amos also swept gold in the 400 in the hurdle game in 12.98 seconds. She swept with gold, leading the pack for the 400x relay. They also swept gold in all of that. So it's just amazing. The Falconets are there doing well. They're just sweeping gold. And Nigeria, yes, up there, we are second on the table with,
Let's look at that table. We are second with 31, and the Egyptians are 92. You want to look at how many times can 91 enter into 93? There is a big gap between the first and second. While the third place is South Africa with 28. Ghana is hosting, they're occupying the sixth place on the medal table. Let's tell you that one man is saying the girls should not let us down. Do not let home fans intimidate you. I'm talking about a message to the girls who are in Ghana. Who is speaking, of course, is the chairman himself, urging the Nigerian side to go well. The national chairman of the Nigerian Football Supporters Club, Reverend Samuel Ipe, has charged the Falconets of Nigeria to go all out and grab gold medal when they confront host Ghana in the finals of the women's football event, which is expected to be decided today. Ipe, who spoke with correspondents, says the girls should ignore the fan support of Ghana and go ahead to win. You think it's possible? If yes, so why did the Super Eagles fail to ignore the support of the fans in Ivory Coast in winning the Cup of Nations?
You know, they said once beaten, twice shy, right?
Okay.
So, okay, it has happened in Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Okay, we wouldn't let that happen again. Now it's happening in a different
Should
stage.
we go and beat Ghana when Ghana is occupying the 5th place they are hosting? You don't think they will come all out to see that the gold medal will change their position?
Yeah, definitely they will want to come all out, but this time around the ladies need to know that they are playing against 11 players on the pitch and then thousands that are actually watching in the stadium.
And of course, we are still the best in Africa when it comes to female football.
Yes, female football. Actually, we are the defending champions, and then we want to defend our championship and then come back with more medals. And again, obviously, we beat them in the kitchen. We are also going to beat them in the field of play.
The Falconers must maintain focus and play the ball based on instruction of the coach and come home with medals.
Yes.
I think they should win and then come home.
Yes.
At least in the Olympic football, the male will not be there. Let the female will be there.
Yes. So with the way it's going so far and the intensity and the way these ladies are playing, they are playing like champions that they are. And I don't see them dropping. And I see them, going to Ghana, beating them in the kitchen and also beating them, on the field of play. So we've won the battle of jollof rice. So now we just need to conclude and win the battle of football again.
Well, that's how far we can go on today's edition of the program, talking about Talk Sport right here on Global TV, Abuja. Before we go, your choice words, Samuel.
Super Falconets, just go and get us that medal.
Okay, go and get us medal. And for us here, let's do it again, same time tomorrow for another fresh edition of the program, Talk Sport on Global TV. My name is Clinton Agbo, Global TV, Global Sport. Of course, Talk Sport is a regular feature on the Grand Morning Show on Global TV. Enjoy the rest of your day. When we come tomorrow, we'll be celebrating the Super Falcons' victory over their host, Ghana girls.